Alright, I thought I'd try at least recording these. I don't know when I'm going to put them together, considering YouTube video downloading that I have too many to keep up with at times. But I thought I might as well record the stuff. And I don't have a free afternoon yet. I'll have one a couple of days. But for now, let's do Final Fantasy VII. This was the first Final Fantasy I ever played, I believe. I think I might have touched Final Fantasy Tactics a little bit, but the first one I played in detail. I mean, I played this one almost to the end, but I played a lot of them almost to the end. My brother more so than me. He actually never touched this one, and I keep forgetting that every time I try to talk to him about it, and he keeps telling me that. Anyway, to start off would be how I would rank it if I had to consider it along with every other later generation game, excluding, of course, say the Game Boy Advance and PSP and those sorts of things. If I had to just consider from 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 11, 12, 12 being probably the last one that I'd ever do a rant on or rambling, even though I've never played it. I've seen Ultra Neko's review on it. It's pretty good. But yeah, I'd probably put 7 somewhere in the middle if I had to do, like, say, a top 5. It's somewhere in the middle. It's not huge. It's not really good, especially with the materia system, which I didn't even know that you could organize your materia until I saw H.C. Bailey's little journey let's play. Let's call it that, let's play. He pushed to the left, and then you had that little menu there. Next time I get to play Final Fantasy VII again, which will probably be in a few weeks before I have to do a summer job, I'll probably try to do that, because I really always didn't like the fact that it didn't seem like you could ever organize your materia. The materia system was probably one of the bigger gripes I would have with the game. That, and maybe the fact that the materia organization itself, the classifications of magic, are a bit suspect, but then again, I can't really blame it for that much either. In any Final Fantasy, there's always going to be easy critique of the fact that the magic system has hardly ever been consistent. And I should know, I've been probably doing a day's worth of research just looking at the different classifications of magic that have emerged in every Final Fantasy, although I haven't done that in huge detail yet. But Final Fantasy VII, for example, has this materia system where it's very confusing and very frustrating that you only get one attack that's actually holy based, and that's the summon, which you have to go through the hell of Great Glacier to actually get. But on to other ramblings. Storyline is actually intriguing, although I have read it was a plot analysis by someone, I do not know their name, but did a plot analysis of all Final Fantasy VII and brought up some interesting new ideas about the supposed unfinished nature of it. That, you know, there were points where it seemed like Aeris could actually be there, and there's the whole Game Shark issue where if you put Aeris in there, it actually kind of works out, or if you cheat, just anything like that. And of course, there's another issue that's coming right to mind as I'm doing this, and that is the fandom for Final Fantasy VII, which probably is only matched by the fandom for Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII is never going to die for fandom's sake, for the same reason that Final Fantasy VII is not going to, and that is the main character and or the main villain. In Final Fantasy VIII's case, well, it's never going to die because you're always going to go to a convention, particularly anime conventions, and you're always going to see someone dressed as Squall, male or female, it doesn't frickin' matter. And with Final Fantasy VII, well, it's gone down a little bit, but then again, it hasn't. I saw someone dressed as Cloud just in a convention maybe a week ago or two. I'm pretty sure I saw a couple of Clouds. I didn't see any Sephiroths, but I didn't go to the cosplay contest this year, where there probably was a Sephiroth. There always tends to be a frickin' Sephiroth. And the fanboys alone are an issue you could deal with in a rant over 2 parts if you studied it enough in detail, which I haven't. But I would consider the fangirls, which are actually somewhat worse, because of the fact that you cannot point out any problems or objections or anything, or they will feed you to the dogs. They do not like. It's about as bad as me going into a Christian chat room and bringing up some sort of critique that's not based in general atheist arguments. the stupid ones like who created God, or okay, fair enough, they're not exactly stupid, but trite. They become very used. I try to bring up some other different contrasts, some other arguments, and as a religion major I try to have some sort of sympathy, but it doesn't matter. Because to them, especially Jesus and God, both are beyond critique, and like these insane Christians, not all Christians are insane, I must admit, but like these insane Christians that take things way too seriously, the fangirls will not let you insult Cloud, will not let you insult Sephiroth, and especially probably won't let you insult Vincent, although most girls aren't necessarily into the whole vampire thing. But on to some other things about Final Fantasy VII that are interesting. I don't know if it's the worst thing, but there have been... Final Fantasy IV comes to mind with the idea of the meteor, except in this one, the meteor is big. And I mean big. It's huge. Big enough to destroy a planet, kind of huge, so... But, and then we have Holy, which is the contrast to it. It makes you wonder about the sequels, but then again, that's a whole other issue entirely. Final Fantasy VII has had the most sequels of any Final Fantasy franchise. I don't think it's as it's the amazing part. A lot of people can critique it to no end, and yet it has a movie sequel, it has about 2 or 3 spin-offs, it has some prequels, it has a little anime OVA, as you would call it, I suppose, or something to that effect. And it has lots of plushies. It has people paying probably hundreds of dollars for replica Cloud swords, and even replica Sephiroth swords, and replica weapons of any type. It has spawned probably one of the more intriguing fandoms, but only because it has possibly the weirdest cast you could ever imagine, especially Cait Sith, or however you want to say it. And, yeah. I don't think I can do much more than... Maybe I'll go to about 9 minutes for this, but I may eventually just run out and just stop the video rant, whatever you're rambling. But let's keep going a little bit with the cast oddities, and of course the further oddities that come out with, say, the prequels, and not to mention the fact that at least 2 or 3 of these prequels or sequels are only available in Japan. And on cell phones. On cell phones. Ugh, I don't want to get into that, really. It's fine. I think there's like, what was it? Crisis Core, I think, is... Never mind, I think that one's on mobile phone, too, along with Before Crisis. They're just Cerberus. I've not played it, and I probably won't. I might actually buy it and then give it a try, but I'm not sure. It would depend on a lot of things, particularly money issues. Because eventually, you know, in the real world, instead of in the world of a otaku, I'm going to actually have to get money and actually have to spend it wisely, because I'm going to want internet, especially, as well as maybe the most nominal type of cable, but, you know, from what I've seen, I probably wouldn't enjoy it because I'm not the best at shooters. I'm not very good at them at all. But anyway, this has been my little rambling on Final Fantasy VII. I'll probably do this and a Final Fantasy VIII one today, and then maybe try and put them together. But other than that, I don't know. I'm still waiting for people to actually suggest jobs in the job system for me to rant on, but we'll see. Either way, subs, if you want to suggest them, go ahead. I really want some dialogue. Anyway, see you later.